Good morning, everyone. I'm Bondar JR, also known as the Silver Wolf, also known most days simply as Ron. And welcome back. Sorry I missed the last several days. Missed Friday, Thursday night for you guys because we went to SNR. I missed Monday because I was sick, and Tuesday because I was sick. So I am feeling better. I'm still not at 100%, but good enough. I am trying to get my dailies done here. Sorry. I haven't logged in a couple days, so yeah, I need you guys' help. What was the last prize for the event? Can any of you tell me? I'm thinking that I got 34 out of 35, and for some reason I didn't log in the last day to get the last one, which would be like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But no, that was, yes. So that was for the track. I'm talking about the daily rewards for logging in. Sorry. Yeah, that was for the track. And I did get that on Falstaff. I didn't get that far with Kragan, but I got the Perseverance blueprint, which is all I was going for. Yeah, the daily's login reward. Yeah, I'm just curious if I got it. So that's what I was looking at here to see. There was a filament. Looks like a festival crate. It looks like a festival crate is the last one I got. Yule Festival booster crate. The last 2 days. And I have a feeling I missed the last one, which was probably the best one. But yeah, go figure. You know, what else is new? But yeah, I logged in 34. I think I got it, but I'm not positive. I'm pretty sure I logged in Sunday night to get it. But don't worry, I missed a lot of it also. Yeah, well, I always miss a lot. And I was thinking this might have been the first time where I actually didn't miss it, so. But then I went and maybe screwed up the last day, so totally uncool. But all right, I haven't done my dailies for Falstaff yet, but they're easy today. But he's already completed the daily track. And the bigger problem is I don't think I have anything I can build with him. Depleted uranium. I built the Perseverance. I'll be the hero. Alright. Now I got his. His are already done though, so it really didn't matter. Him and Kragan both have fully completed theirs. But my alts have not, so. But yeah, so. But yeah, no, I knew what you meant. Twitch doesn't like apostrophes. Very negative when it comes to apostrophes. Causes me a lot of grief. But yeah. So anyway, welcome back. Hopefully you guys are all doing okay. How was everybody's weekend now that it's like Wednesday? Speaking of Wednesday, don't forget to get your... Yeah, and the market's not showing up on here. Don't forget to get your free 15,000 from the New Eden store. New Eden store is not showing up on there, even though the event's not there anymore. So there is a big discount on the Omega, which I did not get another year. I'm kind of kicking myself. 40% discount, which is pretty good. The problem is the Plex discount on Marquee Dragon is no longer going on. So I missed the boat. So I need to wait for the Plex discount. So Yule Festival Booster Crate. I guess I did get it. So Yule Festival Brain Freeze Crate. So I got the Booster Crate. I don't think I have the Brain Freeze one. Oh, nope. I got the Brain Freeze and I got the Booster. Oh. Yep. So it looks like I did get them. Cool beans. Cool beans. Thanks. Thanks, Blue Gray. Chemfin, good to see you. But yeah, definitely get your 15,000. I'm going to switch over here to Kragan and get his before I forget. But yeah, it's not showing the New Eden store on the left-hand menu like it normally does at the bottom, but that's all right. Now, once I click it and go in here, then it'll pop up. Wasn't showing it because of the event, but now that the event's over, I kind of expected it to go back to normal, and it has not. So yeah, go figure. And once you click on it, then of course it shows it there. So yeah, I don't think you guys can see it because I think I've got that blocked. Yeah, so. But yes, so the discount in the New Eden store for 12 months is 40%. 40% discount for 12 months. So it's given a 40% if you buy a year, 12 months, year subscription. 40% discount on Plex for buying it with Plex. The problem is what I normally do is I go to Marquee Dragon, I buy the Plex on a discount. Huge discount, usually 50% or more. And then bring the Plex over and buy the Omega for a year. Unfortunately, I missed the boat on the Marquee Dragon Plex discount. So yeah, that's what that was actually Jackson. That's how he's done all of his, and so that's how I have a year now, or it's actually going down, but yeah, I have a year now. I think it's probably like 8 months left, but yeah, and that's how I got that one, was doing it that way, and I got both of my accounts. I got enough Plex for both of my accounts for 12 months for what it would normally cost me for one account for 7 months. Like $140. So yeah, just paying it month to month, which is what I was doing before. Huge discount. And so yeah, but unfortunately you got to catch it at just the right time where Marquee Dragon and Eve are given the discount. So, and actually, let me check Marquee Dragon, just so I'm not speaking out of the wrong side of my mouth. Sorry about the sniffling. Marquee Dragon. Games, Eve Online. Come on. I don't know why it always does this. It will not go there. Yeah, it's very frustrating. Yeah. From the main menu, it will not go to Eve Online. If I click on PAX Day, actually, no, it doesn't look like any of them are working. So now I gotta find the freaking email. Yeah, so you got to scroll down. It's down further because the 12 months doesn't show up. Good golly. none of the links here on Marquee Dragon are working. I have clicked on everything and it is not going anywhere. You are driving me bananas. So I'm sure, let me just go back to my email and do Marquee Dragon. Eve Flex sale. There you go. So if I click on it, then click on the link, and it takes me actually to category. It says category 4, index category 4. So it's taking forever to load. Maybe it's just a crappy website. Yeah, the 12 months is 40, the 24 months is 45% discount. Yeah, so each one, the higher you go, it is. But yeah, it is not loading. I have no idea why. Man, that really sucks. Yeah, no matter what I click on, it will not load. All right, let's try a different browser. I tell you, some days just doesn't pay to get out of bed. No. So why is the first one, why does not the first one come up as the Marquee Dragon store? Jesus Christ, man. This is ridiculous. Frickin' Bing. I tell you, some days, and once again, games, Eve Online, it shows it's working, but it's not going anywhere. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, so in Edge, it actually works. But yes, there is no Plex sale going on now. Yep, no Plex sale. All right, that was an awful lot to go through just to confirm what I already knew. All right. Back to our normally scheduled program. Comrade, Almonxy, good to see you guys. And yeah, 20 minutes later, it actually loaded in Chrome. All right. All right. So hopefully you guys are doing okay. I am among the living. Reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm not sure what we're going to do today, to be honest. I probably need to organize some stuff here and figure out what the heck's going on. So, yeah, so don't forget to get your 15,000 skill points. Today is Wednesday, my time, which is when that keys Tuesday night, your time. So, Kimon, good to see ya. Appreciate you guys being here. Sorry for missing the last 3 days. I hate when that happens. Of course, my opportunities window is telling me I have an opportunity, and I don't. Thank you very much. And my chat windows are still screwed up. Good to see they fixed that. Oh well. All right. So let's see what we can do. I think maybe I'm going to run some sisters. I really want the Odysseus. Problem is, that's just such a grind. I don't know that I can grind that long. But let's give it a try. That'll get me back into remembering how to fly ships again. Remembering how to fly ships again. Sorry, my fingers are all chewed up, which is common when I'm stuck in bed for several days. My birthday was Monday. Whopping 58, and for my birthday I was sick. Can't beat that one. You finally made it to 200,000? Good God, Al. I'm like at, I don't know, 4,000. Of course, I think I had 85,000, but I spent, maybe I'm at 46,000. I don't know. Give it 20 minutes here to load, and it'll tell us. 33,000. 33,000. So, yeah, let's go. Thanks. Yes, thank you, thank you. I am feeling better. I'm still not at 100%, but I really couldn't take another day off. I was starting to go stir crazy. Nothing to do. I'm not a lay in bed guy. So, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just another year. Just another turn around the sun. Thank God for giving me another year. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't enjoy being sick for my birthday, which was all right. We actually took so here in the Philippines. Sorry about that. Here in the Philippines, the Philippine culture is considerably different than my own. And I've been dealing with this with my wife for 18 years that she lived in America. So in the Philippines, on your birthday, you treat everyone else because you're the blessed one since you have another year, which makes your birthday very expensive. So a lot of people, they don't leave the house on their birthday because everybody expects them to buy them lunch or dinner or whatever. And so anyway, along that vein, we decided we were going to bless the workers, and so we ordered pizza for the workers, and we sent pizza over to them. Well, Archie delivered it. We were planning on delivering it, but because I was sick, we didn't deliver it. But yeah, so, and I think I have some video of them having that. I don't think I'm going to share that, but yeah. But they did send me some video of them eating the pizza, so they do appreciate the extra food. In fact, yeah. Thanks, Al. Thanks, Kempfin. But yeah, so yeah, so on that vein. Now, it's kind of funny. My wife's birthday is next month, and she'll be 60, which here in the Philippines makes you what they consider a senior. So she'll be able to get a senior discount here in the Philippines. It's only available to natural born citizens. So even when I turn 60, I won't get the senior discount, but yeah, so she's super excited about the senior discount. But yeah, I'm curious if we do the same thing for the workers on her birthday, because I don't think that's how it's going to work. I think it's probably going to be she's going to do the American thing where I have to buy her something expensive, so which I will do anyway. But yeah. The key is figuring out, what do you give the woman who has everything except a crappy husband? Oh, yeah. But, yeah. So. But, yeah, so we'll see how that works. But, yeah, on that note, I didn't do an outro in the last video. I barely got the video taped, to be honest. I actually had to edit out several coughs and sneezes, and yeah, it was pretty bad. Thanks, Scimitar. And so yeah, there's the video. And but yeah, I didn't do an outro in that one. But yeah, one of the things I wanted to mention in the outro, main reason I didn't do an outro was because I look like crap, and I didn't want to go on the video looking like crap and have that as a reminder for years to come. So yeah. Shoes. There you go. Yeah, that'll probably be it. The problem is, none of the shoes here are expensive enough for her taste. So I may have to order some from America. So, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that either. So, but all right. Let's see what we got. 895 points. Happiness takes. All right. But yeah, so I could do these in my sleep, so that'll work. So, but yeah, so anyway, the one thing that the engineer told us was that they are way ahead of schedule. His schedule. Not, of course, my schedule, because I'm like, the further ahead of schedule you are, the better. But, because our lease here runs out in March. That we have already talked to the landlord about extending it, and they had no problem with it. Special shout out to my landlord Hans. So yeah, but yeah. So, but with that said, the sooner I can get in there, the better. But yeah, so they actually took several of our workers away. So we're down to like 11 workers. And I will go into that. I think we're going to go over there today. There's some helicopters flying over, which is the first time I have ever heard that here in the Philippines. I would assume they're American helicopters because I don't think they have. Buy her Imelda Marco shoes. Yeah, no. No, we're not going there. That's a big collection. But yeah. But no, so they took away like 11 of our workers, and actually moved them. They're doing. They have two. So he actually normally our engineer only did 2 builds at a time, but since he's taken on ours, he's actually gone to 3, and he has a build in Lipa that he hasn't finished yet. So technically he's at 4, but I think they're really close to finishing that one. And then he has 2 that he's doing in Binyan, which is a suburb of Manila, and actually where Adele's second sister lives. So she's in Binyan. And so anyway, so he took 11 of the workers over to Binyan to help out with that, with one of those builds. And this made me feel good. The workers were upset. They didn't want to leave. They were like, so he actually had to con them into it by driving them in his truck rather than making them take the bus like he normally does. And I think he had to promise them that they could come back and that he'd rotate people and blah, blah, blah. And so, but it made me feel good that they were like, no, we don't want to leave this place, which they're doing a fantastic job. But yeah, that made me feel pretty good. I don't know why, but it made me feel pretty good. Like at least we're a positive effect on their lives that they don't want to leave. But yeah, but he said, yeah, we're so far ahead that's what he was doing. Somebody keeps messaging me. It's really irritating. I bet you it's probably my wife. It is my wife. She's sending me video from the site. Okay. Or actually, Archie's sending video from the site. Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out later. Talking to my daughter. Oh, tell her I said hi. Tell her I said hi. All right. Let's set destination. Let's start conversation. Complete the mission. Alright. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. But yeah, it was kind of funny. Because yeah, they didn't want to leave. So. And I guess he moved them on Sunday. So we were over there. The last time we were there was Sunday. We were going to go yesterday, and I still wasn't feeling super well. So I went back. I got a shower around noon and went back to bed. And that worked, as I slept for probably 3 or 4 hours. But yeah, so we're planning to go over today. Unfortunately, I think engineer was there yesterday, so it would have been better to see him. The wife has decided she wants to make a change. Go figure. Which, as always, it actually doesn't sound like a bad change, but yeah, she wants the back porch to be the same level as the house, and then the steps to go down to the pool deck. And I think that'll be fine. But unfortunately, what they're doing is they're putting that backfill in from where the back porch is, filling in so that they can pour the floor in the house. And then they're going to order backfill. So they need to figure out exactly how much backfill they need. So that's why they're trying to get all the house filled in. So then they can figure out how much backfill they need so they can get it ordered. The new cement mixer is supposed to be there tomorrow. So they have just finally decided they're just going to buy one, which is where I was at. As I said to my wife, well, let's just buy one. I mean, because at this point, because if they try to pour the floors without the cement mixer, it's going to be a nightmare. I mean, it's going to take forever. It'll probably take them 2 or 3 weeks to pour the floors. So, because we're talking probably 40 to 50 pours, 40 to 50 loads of the cement mixer to do the floors. And so, yeah. So, anyway, that is supposed to arrive. They're going to send the cement mixer we have, I guess, to someone to fix because nobody seems to be able to figure out how to fix it. And so at least that is progressing. I had finally given up on the cement mixer, but yeah, the poor workers, I think you saw in the last video, if you guys watched it, they're carrying buckets of dirt, which I really felt bad for because that's a lot of work. One bucket at a time. I'm tempted to try and get them a wheelbarrow, but even then, I guess the backhoe is fairly expensive, so it was only allocated for so long. So yeah, but anyway, so the workers, they didn't want to leave, but yeah, engineers like, yeah, we're so far ahead, I moved them to another project, and I'm like, well, I like that you're ahead. I want you to be ahead. Stay ahead. And he said, oh, we will stay ahead. He said, but I don't need to be any further ahead because we'll run into supply problems if I get too far ahead. And I said, okay, I can buy that. So, but yeah, so yeah, it's going well. But yeah, unfortunately, the one that I guess got pretty close with, Marlon, I guess, is he 8? I think he's 18. Yeah, I think he's 18. 16, I think he's 18. 16 sounds too young. But yeah, he, I think he was one of the ones that was moved. So I'm sure he was pretty upset. And of course, they were moved right before, that was Sunday. So yeah, so I guess he had taken him in the morning and then came back. And then, you know, so there was only 11 when we were there. So you guys might have noticed there were less workers in the video, but I didn't do an outro, so I didn't go into that. But yeah. And I guess once they get the concrete mixer back, they won't need the extra workers. So it was good to have the extra workers when they were mixing the concrete by hand, because that takes a lot. But yeah. But the scaffolding, from what I've been told, the scaffolding is actually to put the columns up higher, because our ceilings are all 12-foot ceilings. My wife wanted high ceilings. I don't know why. So the new mixer is supposed to be there tomorrow. That's what I was told. Now, the way it works here in the Philippines, just don't take anything to heart. Don't get attached to time frames, but yes. It's supposed to be there tomorrow, and I'm thinking that they're probably going to be pouring floors starting tomorrow. In fact, if they're not pouring floors starting today. So, but they do have to treat the land, the ground underneath, and then I think they're going to do some kind of plastic barrier between the ground and the floor. And so yeah, so they've got all that to do, and they're still compacting, but I think that's probably the videos that Archie sent. I'm thinking the reason he sent the videos is that maybe they're starting to pour the floor. So yeah, which I definitely wanted to see. So, but yeah, I'll check those out later. But yes, the concrete mixture is supposed to be there tomorrow, and so yeah, we'll have to see how that works. I was told, as you guys know from the videos, that it was going to be fixed, I don't know, 20 times. It's sorry about that. The concrete mixer has been working for over a month, and we've only been building. I think today is day 14th. Yeah, today's day 45. So so concrete mixer's been out since the second week. So yeah. And I've been told on those, every one of those, it's tomorrow, 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 and here we are. So yeah. So I'm not married to it, but yes, they definitely need the concrete mixer if they're when they pour the floors. So I'm hopeful that it'll be there tomorrow. And the engineer did know I was upset about the concrete mixer, so mostly because I just don't want the workers to have to work that hard. I mean, they get paid the same whether they work their butts off or not, but in my case, I don't want them to have to work that hard. Mixing that concrete is a real pain in the butt, and it also the other reason is I want it to be consistent. And if they use the concrete mixer every time, it makes it definitely more consistent than them mixing it by hand. So now, like I said, the columns all look great, so I haven't seen any issues. So, but yeah. But I think they are extending the columns. Oh, that one's 900. Cool beans. But yeah, I think they are extending the columns up to the 12-foot mark. Which I was thinking they would put the walls in first before they did that, so they would have something to help brace themselves with. But the columns are really, I think I mentioned this in one of the other videos, the columns and the beams are the structure of the house. And the hollow block walls really are not structurally sound. They're just there so you have some place to hang the TV and everything else. So yeah, but yeah, really important to maintain consistency. I agree. So yeah, so that's where I want to make sure they have the concrete mixer. So, but also it's a lot easier on them. Mixing it by hand is a real. They already have a hard enough job because they lug the concrete by buckets. And you saw in one of the other videos when they were filling one of the columns, upper side of the column, they're throwing the buckets up in the air and catching them. And so, yeah, those buckets are pretty heavy. Probably a good 20, 30 pounds each with the full of concrete. So, yeah, so it's kind of funny that they're swinging them around like that. Like I said, Marlon was the one who was actually swinging the buckets up. And he, like I said, he's either 16 or 18. And so, very young, very young. But yeah, that's probably when you need to do that kind of work. So, because I was getting tired just watching them. So yeah, and that's even with the concrete mixer, they still got to do that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I want them to have all that. But yeah, check out the videos. Like I said, I should have another one today, and I will do an outro on this one to catch everybody up, show everybody I am alive. I have had a few of my friends back in America wonder if I am alive, since they didn't get the responses they were hoping for on my birthday. So, of course, all of them also sent me the birthday a day late. God bless them. So yeah, nobody knows how the date line works. And I can understand that. If I wasn't married to a Filipina, I would have never learned either. So yeah. So that's kind of funny. But yeah. I did hear from both of my kids, so that was good. Actually, I heard from my daughter early, which I got to give her credit. So yeah, shout out to my daughter. I actually heard from her early, before my birthday, like a couple hours before my birthday, which was pretty cool because normally that is not the case. My son, of course, was still a day late, but that's all right. I was glad to hear from him.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
All right. 600. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sooner or later, they're going to start going down. And I don't know why. Doing the same type of mission, same number of jumps. And I'm pretty sure I have the highest skills now, or else I'm really close.
Drive active.
Security. I'm not doing security mission. Criminal connections. Yeah. Yeah, security connections aren't going to do me any good there, but. Uh, so yeah, so I should have, where is that? Social? Yeah. Distribution connections is at 5. 10% loyalty point gain. But I still only got 600 from this guy. I never do mining missions, ever. I'd rather have my teeth pulled. I don't mind mining, as you guys well know. But I do mind mining and giving everything to somebody else or next to nothing. And that's usually the way most of those mining missions are. It used to be, way back in the day, the mining missions you could do and you could get some rare ores. And you could decide to keep them, keep the ore, and not finish the mission. So they'd give you the pocket, you keep the ore. So they either had to make it attractive enough that you gave them the ore, or. And a lot of them, they would also. No worries, Al. Have a good one. I appreciate it, buddy. But yeah, there would be extra ore. So you could give the ore and mine the extra. So you can still complete the mission, mine the extra, and that was pretty cool. They don't do that anymore, or at least as far as I've heard. Unless they changed that again here recently, which really sucked because that was kind of cool. Yeah, you do get the LP, but like Sisters of Eve, they don't have any. I don't think they have any mining missions. They might.
Docking permission requested. Docking
Money.
accepted.
But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here, especially since I missed the last several days. So. Yeah, that one kind of sucks. Only 600. bum. Bum, bum. Movie sounds good. Wonder what is on. Yeah. The wife's been looking for one, but she hasn't found any that meet her criteria, which are very demanding. Has to be senseless action, which is funny. Because when it comes to senseless action, you know, that's Die Hard is one. So we missed you. I appreciate that. I missed you guys. I missed you guys. I don't like having to cancel. But yeah, I definitely needed the rest. So unfortunately, we went to bed at I think it was midnight when we laid down last night. Though it was hard since I had like a 4-hour nap. And at 1 o'clock, Abigail needed to go outside. Even though we tried for an hour to get her to go to the bathroom prior to us going to bed. Imagine that. So finally just bit the bullet, took her outside. And then at 1:30, my wife's niece called from China. Her dog actually had passed away. And so she was really upset. And Adele dealt with that with Benedict. So she was able to kind of talk to her, get her calmed down. And so that was good. But they were on the phone till, I don't know, 3:30, 4 o'clock. And of course I couldn't sleep while they were talking. So yeah, so I'm probably going to need a nap today too. So, which always causes problems since it takes me at least an hour to edit the video when I bring it home. So we'll probably run over there, we'll get some video, bring it home. I got to put up the stream, which usually doesn't take that long. I've kind of simplified those, but yeah, then I'll edit the video, put it up, and then maybe try to take a nap. So, because yeah, the last thing I want to do is get sick again. So I do believe I had an ear infection. So when I put the basil drops in that someone suggested, they didn't work, but it did identify it was very painful. So I did I had to actually go buy hydrogen peroxide. We did not have hydrogen peroxide, which I cannot believe. And hydrogen peroxide here is considerably different than America. So you can get it, yeah. I don't know, like less than $1 for like almost a gallon in America. Yeah. Here it's fairly, I wouldn't say expensive, but it's not cheap. Not as cheap as in America. But it's also more potent. I think the stuff in America is watered down. Probably for good reason. And so yeah, so I put that in my ears and it was obvious I had an ear infection. So I did that for the last 3-4 days until it finally stopped bubbling. And so I think that's one of the reasons I'm also feeling better. The wife also made me her legendary Lugao, which that always helps. In fact, that's what I'm going to have for lunch today. So, heavy duty ginger, which I really like. So, that one's 788, so that's good. So, they are a little better. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely needed the rest. Like I said, my birthday, I did not get out of bed. Actually, I think I got up to post on Discord that I wasn't going to stream because I woke up at like 9 o'clock. And so I was like, oh crap. So I posted on the Discord and went right back to bed and slept till, I don't know, 1 o'clock. And then got up and I think ate some Lugao because she had made me some Lugao and went right back to bed. So yeah, it was like, in fact, that's when we decided, because at 1:30 we were supposed to pick up the pizzas to deliver them. And we got Archie to deliver them, but thanks, I appreciate it. But yeah, it seemed like I had let it go too far. It was in pretty bad shape. So this ear here, my right ear, which shows the left on the thing because it's backwards. I always got to remember that. But Oh man, it was boiling. This is when I put it in the first time. I mean, I was like, holy mackerel. The other ear wasn't as bad. But yeah, it took a long time for me to get it to where it stopped. Like I said, about 3 days. The wife doesn't understand the drops in the ears. But yeah, the hydrogen peroxide, nice, nice natural solution. I don't like taking drugs if I can help it. And so yeah, always try the natural solutions if I can help it. So what's going on in Eve? We've been talking about my lot for a lot, which is not good. What's going on in Eve?
Active.
The event's over. What's our next event? I mean, what do we have to look forward to? Look at the login screen. Monthly economic report, winter nexus. Yeah, doesn't say. Patch notes. It's a new launcher. It's telling me I need to download a new launcher.
Warp drive active.
We were at 33,000 when we started. Yeah, I think it's a while till the next one. To be honest. Sorry, my fingers are rough. And so it's driving me crazy.
Docking permission requested.
I need to put those finger cots on that I bought so that I'll stop chewing on them. Because they're not going to get less rough by me chewing on them, that's for sure.
Docking request accepted.
So 8 minutes till the ads. On the ads, I'm going to run down and get another cup of coffee. Because the coffee is helping. I think I sound better than I did the last time I was on Thursday, because I still had a lot of sniffling then, so I don't have a whole lot of sniffling now, which praise God. So it does seem like I'm knocking it out. So I'd like to get back to that healthy state, because I went 8 months being healthy. We're now in our 9th month, but I've literally been sick for like, I don't know, 2 weeks. So I want to get back to that healthy state so maybe I'll get another 8 months. And right after I say that, I sniffle. Yeah. But yeah. But yeah, now I have hydrogen peroxide, though it came in a little tiny bottle. Which is funny, because I always buy it in a super huge bottle in America, and I never use it.
Warp drive active.
It's also in a white bottle, which I was always told it's in a brown bottle in America, because the sunlight causes it to lose its potency. This one's in a white bottle, which is a thicker white bottle, so I don't think the sun's getting through it. But here, the sun gets through everything. I mean, the sun is super powerful. And so, yeah, so it's kind of, yeah, different, lots of different things. That's kind of what I'm focusing on here is the differences. So, yeah. Hydrogen peroxide, one of the differences. So, yeah.
Warp drive active.
Oh, and I know what else I was going to tell you guys. So, Lipa. So, the Shoe Mart in Lipa. We went to the Shoe Mart in Lipa Friday. So, we went to S&R, went to Shoe Mart in Lipa. My wife ordered a new pair of glasses because the glasses have been bothering her. And I've been telling her for 9 months to order a new pair of glasses, and she didn't. And so, but anyway, the Pancake House in Lipa, that's in the Shoe Mart mall,
Warp drive.
has been closed. And I'm like, we were actually there for breakfast, and I was super excited about getting some pancakes and checking their menu to make sure they really do have tacos. And it's closed. So I'm like, what the heck? So there is one on the highway. Oh, my ear's itching. That's the problem with the hydrogen peroxide. You put that much hydrogen peroxide in there, causes your ears to itch. And I haven't found a really good way to scratch the inside of your ear. If you guys have one, let me know. My father always told me, God rest his soul, that don't put anything in your ear that's smaller than your elbow. Which I have not always followed that.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I have not always followed that one. So. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back. Glad to be back. 892. I can deal with that one. So we only had that one that was like 600. Bum, 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 bum. Let me know if you guys have any trouble with stream. I noticed,
Drive active.
I don't know if it was Wednesday last week or Thursday last week, but there were some video issues where it kind of pixelated a couple times. I'm not sure why. I'm thinking that I need to set up an automatic reboot of my Starlink, because so the streamer that I told you guys about that I watch on a regular basis, last night I couldn't watch him again. No matter what I did, the video would not connect. His chat connected, but his video would not connect. No matter how many times I refreshed it. But I could watch everybody else. I watched CCP for a while I was editing that video. And yeah, it was really weird. I'm pretty sure if I reboot or restart the Starlink, I think last time I restarted Starlink and that made it work again. But I think maybe rebooting will do it too, so yeah, I'm gonna probably try that today, because I usually watch the guy on a pretty regular basis. He's my overnight guy, which I usually just let him play.
Warp drive active.
I watch him while I'm editing the videos and everything else, and let him play the rest of the night. So all right, pulling in here. Oh, one more.
Warp drive active.
Thought that was the last jump. Barry. Bum bum bum. I do need to get back to Venelin here and pick up some tomorrow. So tomorrow is our mining event. So I'll probably wait till after it before I head back to Venelin. But yeah, tomorrow's our mining event. Wednesday night for you guys.
Warp drive active.
Thursday for me. So yeah, so excited to get that going again. I did see in the movie theaters, Scimitar, there's a new Avatar, Fire and Ash, which I don't know if that's only here in the Philippines or if you guys have already gotten that. Oh, there's the ads. All right, I'm going to complete this one and then start back.
Docking request accepted.
And I'm going to, actually, it's another minute before the ads start. So let me complete this one. Set destination or conversation. Complete. Close. Undock. I'm young again, even though I'm very old. Go ahead, Barry. Sing it. We'll see how many I can get before the ads start. Oh, 11 seconds. Actually, it's probably not going to be 11 seconds. I should be able to do another jump. And then I'll put it on autopilot. Luckily, in this thing, it usually autopilot's pretty good. But yeah, I did see that one in the movie theater, advertising movie theater. Unfortunately, it's 2 hours to the movie theater and then another 2 hours for the movie. Plus, they won't let Abigail in the movie theater. And she's always with us, so I don't feel good about leaving her with Archie and Cynthia for 2 hours while we go watch a movie. That's uncool. I really need a daycare. A doggy daycare. Somebody I can trust. Maybe that's something was set up here. We got a lot of people with pets. Problem is, I don't know that I could ever make it affordable enough. There's the ads. Alright, let me do this one. That autopilot. I'm going to go get some coffee. I'll be right back.
Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to station. Warp drive active. Approaching station.
Just get right in. Man, perfect timing. Perfect timing. Did I mess up the camera? No, the camera's still good. I banged my leg on when I was leaving, so I was afraid I messed up the camera. And I'm just docking. Look at that.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Docking permission requested.
Win, win, win.
Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
Ooh, 1,000. I like it. That's only 2 jumps. Really should be dependent on how many jumps. Appreciate you guys surviving the ads. Thanks for being here. Yeah, sorry for the congestion. Yeah, this was only 2 jumps, but it's 1,000 points. This one's charged up. Let me charge up my other phone. Amazing. All I did was lay in bed the last 2 days, and my phones are almost dead. My phones are almost dead. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys being here. Sorry, it's kind of a boring one today. I'm just running Sisters of Eve. So try and get back into flow. We will have our mining event tomorrow. Hopefully that'll be a little more exciting. Hopefully you all can join us. Zurban, how you doing? You're back back with your computer. How's it feel? The withdrawals have subsided.
Drive active.
Love it and missed it. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. The wife is talking about us staying in a hotel for her birthday here sometime between her birthday and my birthday. So
Docking permission requested.
So yeah, I figured probably the first or second week of February, which of course is Valentine's week. Which is never a good idea to try and get a hotel room for Valentine's. But I don't know. It might be different here. I don't know. I think that's kind of a universal thing, though. I think Valentine's, all the prices go up in Valentine's, and then I'm American, so that makes it go up anyway. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, hard to say. USA for the win. Good to see you. Glad to see you in good health. Worried about you. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. The reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. So yeah, I've been here. So we're in our 9th month, and 8 months I had no sickness, which is way better than I've had in America. In America, I was sick at least once a month, and so yeah, pretty good. But when I do get sick here, it seems like it's a little tougher. So, because this one's been going on for about 2 weeks. So, but I do think I'm on the mend now, and I'm almost over it. So I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm just running Sisters of Eve here, trying to get enough points for my Odysseus, which unfortunately, when you think about it, is a little overwhelming. Because that's a lot of freaking points. But I've already gotten 6,000 just since we started, and we've only been going an hour. So, so yeah, if we do 6,000 an hour, yeah. That's not too bad. Though I think that's high. I don't normally get that much.
Drive active.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes for the 4 hours. I do have the dailies done for all my guys today. Falstaff and Cragen are done with the track for January, so but my other three are a couple days behind, so
Docking permission requested.
but yeah. I was a little disappointed because I got the 275,000 and it didn't even complete one skill on Falstaff's queue. I was like, damn, I thought it would be better than. So yeah, I'm sure it took like 5 or 6 days off, but it was still like, man, that was kind of depressing. But you know, that's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works. I was just thinking we haven't had any in low sec. There's a low sec, but that's all right. We'll take it. We'll take it. I don't want to decline any because then maybe they'll start giving me crappy rewards. Right now they're giving me pretty good rewards, so. But yeah, glad to be back. Glad to be back. Sorry for missing the 3 days. Friday we missed because of Thursday night for you guys, but Thursday night missed because we went to S&R, which we did get a ton of stuff. Well, we spent a ton of money. I don't know that we actually got a ton of stuff, but kind of the same as when we go to Costco in America. I always felt like, man, what did we get? You know, but it was always $200 or $300 every time we went to Costco. It's kind of the same here. So, was messing with multi-plasmids and got these today. Very nice. Every little bit matters. Blue gray. You get to a point where even the smallest fraction makes a difference. Even the smallest fraction makes a difference. So I do have a brain freeze up here. It's still got, looks like 2 days on it. Yeah, 48 hours, 2 days. Yeah, 2 more days. So, oh, good song. Air Supply.
Warp drive active.
Bum, 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 bum. About 37% faster than minor twos, but my math may be off. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Torvi. Torvi, I think, is a possible Empire Belt location. So let me check and see as we're going through if there's an Empire Belt there. Because if there's an Empire Belt, maybe we'll send Cragen do some Empire Belt mining. That would be a nice surprise. We haven't had an Empire Belt in a long time. Long time. Nope. No Empire Belt. No Empire Belt.
Active.
Oh. Unknown. Unknown. Actually, Billy says it has one. Billy has one. We probably should check that out. That might be Amber or something. Maybe we could work it.
Warp drive active.
I gotta think about what kind of build projects I need. I want to build the Marauder.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
The problem is the Kronos is the only one I can fly at the moment. But I don't have a blueprint for a Kronos.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, I don't have a blueprint for a Kronos, so I got to get one of those. I have a blueprint for a Gila, which is what I want to make. I was gonna say, jump already.
Warp drive active.
Need to see what the Gila requires. Because I'm pretty sure the Gila is what I want. So the only thing I'm missing is the Nox and the net resonators. But 141 million for a Gila, man, that would be awesome. We definitely can make that happen. The question is, where can I buy them? I'll have to check in the... Yeah, no place here. No place here.
Drive active.
Grease the net resonator. So let's go over here. And I'll check on the... looks like the foreman went to Lipa. Crap. I hate when the foreman goes to Lipa.
Warp drive active.
No, I have to translate it. They're talking, my wife and Archie are talking in Tagalog, so I'd have to translate to figure it out. But anyway, I was looking at market browser. Where's the new one? Here we go. SoE net resonator. Yeah, there's a SoE net resonator. I'm not looking for the SoE net resonator. I'm looking for Garista net resonator. But that's what I don't like about this one. It doesn't have a search. So that's going to be under... manufacturing research, components, advanced components. That's not it. Structure components, subsystem components. That's not it. Crap. Yeah, I don't like this one because it doesn't have a search. So I'm using the one Jita.space. But it doesn't have a search. Maybe it does. Nope, that's show hide. Ah, there it is. Let's see. No, that's doing it there. So that's searching inside. That's searching inside there. There's no search for the list, which I really don't like. Materials. Let's try that. Maybe that's it. Faction materials. Baristas. There we go. Barista net resonator. There we go. I got it. All right, cool. Jeez. Yeah, I don't know why it's so difficult. All right, here's another low sec. That was the one I was just in, so. All right, so it shows in JITA, they're 2,200,000, 300,000 each. Booga, good to see you, buddy. Sorry I missed you. You guys aren't following Booga. Please give Booga a follow.
Drive active.
Awesome Australian streamer. Thirlest or wow, seems Veldspar is more valuable in both Pyro and Plague now. Yeah, imagine that. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. I've actually been looking for you for a couple days and I haven't seen you. Of course, I don't know. I've been mostly in bed the whole time. So, just got back from a client and eating lunch. There you go. The house is going good. The house is going good. Though it's going so good, they took away half our workers because we're way ahead of schedule, according to the engineer. I was like, no, I want you ahead of schedule. Keep him. But, you know, he's got other projects he's got to get done. So, I can't blame him there. Plus, I don't want to be greedy. Plus, I don't want him standing around. So, yeah. Right now, everybody there is working hard. So that's probably the other problem is he didn't have enough work to keep them all busy. Did you? Sorry, I missed you. Yeah, it was telling me that I lost my watch streak because I hadn't watched in the last couple days. I was like, I haven't seen him in the last couple days, so I must have just missed you last night. I was editing the lot stream late last night, so that's probably why you were probably already off. Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that. I did not realize that. Well, I will definitely do that in the future. I thought I had to see you live. You know, they don't tell you that. That would be something good to tell people. Because yeah, last night I was having a heck of a time getting the streamer I normally watch late night to work. I've been having the problem with him every once in a while. It seems like a Starlink problem, but I don't know why. I'm not using my VPN, and that could be why. But he's just another American streamer. All the other American streamers are working just fine, so I don't know why not him. Yeah. Yeah, I seem to always lose them because I usually click on one of you guys and then just follow you around wherever you guys raid. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'm watching somebody I've never heard of, and I'm like, "Who's this guy?" And then I usually click on somebody else on my watch list and go from there. But yeah, it So I tend to lose them because I end up going with the flow. But I was looking for you. I was looking for you. Sometimes I even get rated out of EVE content. There you go. Yeah, I always try to keep it in whatever I'm doing. But yeah, it doesn't always work out that well. So
Warp drive active.
doesn't always work out that well. So, and then the other one is I'll raid a Narcos, who I just found out today joined you guys over on the Haven. So I guess he's running Team Mothership, and now he's also part of the Haven. What's up with that's double dipping? You can't do that. So I was bashing him about that this morning. But yeah, I joined you guys over on the Haven. So yeah, I was like, what the heck? But yeah, I usually raid him because he's doing Eve, and then 5 minutes later he'll switch to Star Citizen, and everybody will take off.
Warp drive active.
Pacific Wanta Witcher Doja Maggio. Still no Empire Belt here. Corby used to be a good Empire Belt. I don't know what Celestor is. Oh, okay. Yeah, my VPN doesn't like that site, Blue Gray. Says it's suspicious. And what else is new? Everything's suspicious lately with my VPN. I've been very disappointed with it. Like I said, I'm not actually using the VPN, but it's still doing the website checks, and it's like, and don't get me wrong, it's nice that it tells me, but it, like, I think I went to EVE Online the other day and Marquee Dragon, and it said both of those were questionable websites, and I'm like, come on, no, they're not. That's maybe that was the problem today when I couldn't get to Marquee Dragon, was that it was blocking it. That's very possible. Ceres Dot has been around a while. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, it's been oversensitive lately. Alright, so I got a new storyline, which hopefully is in the same place as the other one. We'll see. If it is, I got a whole bunch of Kernite here. So what do you want to bet? She asked for Amber. Huh? What do you want to bet? Let's place your bets. Since I got a ton of Kernite here, just waiting for her to say, hey, I want some Kernite. Say, boom, I got it. She's going to want Amber. Just to mess with me. Hey, there's another Pro Raider. It looks like he's doing autopilot, though. Never a good idea. Never a good idea. You do the storylines? I do. I do. If they're not too much trouble. It's supposedly the higher your standings, the better your rewards. But I haven't seen that really to be the case. So I can't say that. Can't say that with any degree of accuracy. So
docking request accepted.
I'm gonna translate this quick. No, that's not it. There it is. Foreman was not there yesterday. He left anyway. Well, he was there. Oh no, wait. I wasn't there yesterday, so yeah, so it is a storyline. Let's see what they say. If it's Kernite, great. It's not Kernite. Find and return to 3 data cores. Destroy anything in your way. Yeah, see, that's a battle mission. Which I do have my Vexor here, but the Vexor might have trouble with it. I probably need to go get my Megathron, so. Alright. Let's go back to our regular stuff. Our regularly scheduled program. $700. Maybe give them collateral. I hate when they do that. Hate when they do that. So this one's 3 jumps for 700. Where are we at? Up 30 minutes. So yeah, we'll check it at the 2-hour mark to see if we're still on the 6,000 per hour. Not going to get distracted with that storyline right now. So they didn't ask for Amber, but they didn't ask for Kernite either. So it's a combat one. Honestly, I don't know where my Megathron is. Yeah, I do. It's in Euphene. Yeah, it's in Euphene. Yep, it's in Euphene. Ooh, I wonder if I can still sell these. I better go sell those. Don't think I can take any more. That I'm feeling. Is this the love?
Warp drive active.
Gotta hold on me. Something about Saturday. What's he saying about Saturday? He said they'll be back on Saturday to fix something in Lipa. I can't wait to see you again. So it looks like the foreman may be gone, which I have made it clear I'm not a fan of. But ain't much I can do about it. And the workers seem to work fine without him, so.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I'm going to end up clicking on that guy. I know I am. I know I am. You can see it happening. See it happening. Bum, 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 bum.
Warp drive active.
That I'm feeling. Is this the love? Alright, so we were looking at the Gila. It needs 60 of the Guristas net resonators. So 60 at 2.3 million each. 120. I don't know. I don't know why it's not working.
Warp drive active.
2 1.3 times 60. 138 million. Yep, and it said 141 million. So that's pretty close. So yeah, we're just going to buy those. Need to find a little bit of Nox, but we can do that. And then I can put the Gila in the oven. Oh, that would be awesome. Actually, I need to check and make sure I have the skills for it. Do I have the skills for it? Show info. Why are you doing that?
Warp drive active.
Required skills, industry 1. Yep. No problem. Sometimes those ones need extra skills. Ah, I closed it. What a goof. That's alright. So we'll add that to the list. The Gila. And now I got to figure out which skills to move up so that I can get the Gila. The Gila is... It's a faction one. Once again, don't close. Alright. So the Gila requires Galente and Caldari, I think. Galente cruiser. Nah, we're good. It's actually just a cruiser. It's not a marauder. I thought the Gila was a marauder. I can fly the Gila now. The hell? Well, hell, then we need to get that taken care of. I need 200 Nox. We'll pick that up when we pick up the net resonators. Just a pirate cruiser, it's good. Yeah, I've always been told it's great for level 4s. Now, I obviously never flown one. But I thought it was a marauder. I thought it was a marauder. Here, it's not. It's a cruiser. Now she will mess up your life. 600 to go to low sec. Come on, man. Well, I guess I should accept it. Luckily, it's an easy low sec, but still. Yeah, just watch the drone aggro. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good one. Does it have drones? I love drones.
Warp drive active.
Shield capacitor. Drone capacity. Cool, not bad. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. What bonuses does it have? Galente, medium combat drone. Yeah, it looks like it does drones okay. Kinetic and thermal missile damage. 4% to shield resistances. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Tell me only this, that I have your heart for always. Scimitar's online. Good to see you, buddy. Want me by your side. I'm eating these cinnamon rolls that we got from SNR. They're hard as a rock. I don't know why they're so hard. I mean, I have them in the refrigerator, but this one's been sitting on my desk now for 2 hours, so there's no reason it should still be hard. I bet you they're stale. They're gonna taste stale though.
Warp drive active.
which is good. There's no other love like your love. And come on. Joy my heart and soul can give.
Warp drive active.
Have you near me? Slice them and dunk them in milk. Yeah. I've been trying to avoid the milk since that's what they say causes the congestion. Or will add to the congestion. I don't know if it's true or not, but that was what I was always told in America. Of course, the milk here, I'm not sure is real milk, so it probably isn't a problem. I could drink them in my coffee. But I'm not a dunker. Yeah, I'm not a dunker. They're just a pain to cut.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's real coffee or real milk. Comes in cardboard containers. It says fresh, it says real, but they don't really have milk cows here in the Philippines.
Permission requested. Docking request
And actually, I think it says it's imported from Australia, but yeah. I've always wondered if it was actually real or powdered milk in a box. Died in your arms tonight. Yeah. Yeah, they're in cardboard boxes. They're not very big. They're, I'd say, I don't know, maybe a pint.
Warp drive active.
They're, of course, in milliliters because Australia and the Philippines both work on metric system. It reminds me of a pint. They're fairly small. But yeah. And it says fresh and it says real, but I don't always believe what it says on the container. I have been led astray before.
Warp drive active.
I did get a bunch of cheese when we were at SNR. And I was actually pleased to see. Pleased is kind of a probably not an appropriate term here, but it cost me the same as when I have it shipped to the house. Or I thought when I had it shipped here
Warp drive
that they were charging me more because they were shipping it. But it actually costs the same. So, it seems they're charging me the same as what it is there. They just added 50 pesos, which is $1 delivery charge, which is not bad, but it is expensive. The string cheese was very expensive. I think it comes from Australia. Actually, no, it comes from California. So I'm sure it's got a tariff of some kind on it. Oh, Scimitar's gone. Scimitar must be watching a movie. We were talking about the Christmas movies the other day, and so yeah, the The two that I always watch for every Christmas are Die Hard and A Christmas Story. Those are my Christmas movies. Never been a Home Alone one. I enjoyed Home Alone, but once was enough. Especially considering Macaulay Culkin is like 40 years old now. So it's like, of course, then again, Bruce Willis has aged considerably as well. So, but yeah. And the guy who played Ralphie, I think he's in his 40s now too. So, but yeah.
Drive active.
Christmas Story always reminds me of my dad. He's a spitting image of Ralphie's father. Wears like a sailor. Can't understand where you learned those words from. I heard my father say those words every day for the past. That's 10 years. But if I say that, I'm going to get my mouth washed out with soap even longer. Got my mouth washed out with soap several times.
Docking request accepted.
For the exact same things. Effective standing 9.8. 732. Set destination. Accept. Close. Pick up. Yo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're from Australia. The milk. I'll have to check it. Next time I go downstairs, I'll take a look.
Warp drive active.
It's weird. They don't produce milk here in the Philippines, which is probably why they don't also produce cheese. So cheese I can get. It's just expensive. Which I am more than happy to pay for that. The milk's not too bad. Like I said, it's not very expensive, but it's also pints. Like I said, it looks like a pint.
Warp drive active.
Maybe a quart. Yeah, I'd say probably 4 of them would equal a gallon, so maybe a quart. I do have to give credit to the metric system. It is a lot easier to figure things out. 100 centimeters in a meter, 100 millimeters in a centimeter, blah, blah, blah. 10, 10, 10, 10. That pint, quarts, gallons, that's all crazy.
Warp drive active.
So they do have the liter, which is another one. I guess, though, the liter is 1,000 milliliters, so yeah. There's not a centiliter, though. Better make sure you put me in my place. Hit me with your best shot.
Active.
Hit me with your best shot. Deciliter, yeah. I think there is a deciliter now that you mention it. I think there is a deciliter now that you mention it. And there is a milliliter, but there's not a centiliter. You got a millimeter, a centimeter, and a meter. But you have a milliliter, a deciliter, and a liter, which seems weird. But yeah. Yeah, I think there is a deciliter, now that you mention it. What do we got? 10 minutes? I didn't check that.
Warp drive
I should have saw
active.
when it popped up. What are we at? 43. In order to do 12, that would be 40, 45. Yep. We're probably on track. 10 minutes. Be close. Probably a little less than 6,000 per hour. Come on. And actually, yeah, so it goes by the ads because that's after. We'll see. We might be able to fit 2 in here.
Warp drive active.
Go ahead, Barry. Looks like we made it. So yeah, so tomorrow's the mining event. Hopefully you guys will all be there. Always a good time. Always a good time. Always a good time. Try and get back into the flow of things. Get back into the rhythm.
Drive active.
Actually, I've been playing Kenshi. Scimitar was talking about Kenshi. It's got a... Takes a long time to get anywhere with Kenshi. I've been thinking about starting that one over and doing the Freedom Seekers. Because I think I could do better with them. Because I'd have 5 of them. Maybe mix them up. Different races. Today until you were there. Everywhere.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Like we made it. Let's see if we can get in 2 before. Come on, big one, big one. 785. That's a different one. Cows. We were just talking about milk. Now they're giving me cows to deliver. Now they're giving me cows to deliver. They're giving me cows to deliver.
Warp drive active.
Michael Bolton. Yeah, so poor Jackson. Jackson's not here. But yeah, poor Jackson. He would have had a field day with Barry Manilow, followed by Michael Bolton. Boom, boom, boom. Lego, good to see you, buddy. Thanks to you and Scimitar for always commenting on my videos. I appreciate it. I can't get anybody else to comment. There's a lot of people watching them. Nobody will comment. I appreciate you guys commenting. Sorry I didn't have an outro on that last one. I was like, yeah, there's no way. Jay Spear, good to see you. What's the first thing you should do in EVE Online? I'm floating around the capsule. I have no idea where to go or what to do. There you go. There you go. Get you that big ad revenue. Yeah, I don't know about that. So I would definitely look at get your Corvette. So dock at the first station you find, and it will give you a free ship. You'll see it up in the top right hand corner. It'll say, you know, board your free Corvette or something. All the stations will give you a free ship. anytime you don't have one. And I would then search for the career agents. And you can do that by, if you go on the left menu, sorry. So it's opposite for the stream, but this is my right hand. But on the left menu, the third button down underneath your portrait is called the agency. If you open this, it brings up this window. It'll bring you to this home. Go here to agents and missions, agent finder, and set this to career agents. Highest available, they're all the same. Leave it at high sec because you want to stay in high sec. Are you able to pay attention to all the streamers you copy pasted this to just now? It's like the second or third icon left side down at the top. Yep. And this will tell you where the closest ones are to you. The red slash means that I've already done their missions, but they give you a bunch of missions that kind of explain the different parts of the game. They'll give you ships. They'll give you a bunch of stuff. So yeah, so definitely check them out.
Warp drive active.
That's the quickest way to figure out what you can do in Eve and which part you're going to like the most. It also gives you some good status gains. So the other streams were not loading. It's all good, Booga. But yeah, go into that agency. And like I said, do from the home, go to agents and missions. And then career agents. And do your search. Where are you going? Agent finder and then career agents. And that'll show you where they're at.
Warp drive active.
That's the best way to figure out what the possibilities are in Eve and what you can do. Also get some free ships, get some free skills. I can't find the ship. Would it be under the general tab? So on the left hand side, so up in the top where it says here, I'm not here. Let me dock. I'll dock here in a second.
Warp drive active.
Every station you dock in, it'll give you a free ship. It's just a basic ship. It's nothing special. I'll dock here in a second. At least you're not just a bot. I heard Lord Surtur just answered too. That was funny, yeah.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, his stream froze on you. Yeah, sometimes you gotta hit F5 or refresh them. Depends on your internet connection. Especially if you're running multiple streams, they will have problems.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested.
I'll be docked here in a second.
Accepted.
Yeah, so up here it says board my Corvette. They'll give you a free Corvette, which is just a basic ship. And that'll board you. It'll put it here in this ship hangar. So you'll see there's a ship hangar, an item hangar. And that's in the fourth button down. Actually, the fifth button down on that left-hand menu. So you can get to everything from that left-hand menu. Show how he can find the hangar. Yeah, that's where that was. The ship hangar is, yeah, sorry. Let me dock again.
Docking
It'll take a
permission
second.
requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Unfortunately, I have the things blocking that left-hand menu. I keep doing so. The left-hand menu, since I got to do opposite. So yeah, you need to dock at one of the stations. You're probably in Jeddah, so. But yeah, it looks like it's the 5th one down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 one down. 6 one down underneath your portrait on that left-hand menu brings up this inventory window. And so that'll show you the ship you're in, which right now it'll say capsule, and then you'll have a ship hangar, and then you'll have an item hangar. The starting systems are a few jumps away from the main hubs. Yep. Yeah, you're probably in Jeddah is probably where you're at. So, but yeah, it's a little one that says inventory right above personal assets. So I'm seeing a bunch of moons and planets. So yeah, so you're out in space. So you need to dock. So you're seeing this. And I need to get out of low sec. So yeah. But yeah, you're probably seeing, let me do all. You're probably seeing something like this. All these moons and planets. So these square ones are stations. So yeah, any one of them will give you that free ship. So, but yeah, the tutorial's always a good idea too. I have a custom overview, so that's why mine looks different. But yep, sorry, ads are on.
Active.
No, no problem. That's what we're here for.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
All right, ads are running. So I did not make the 45. So yeah, I'm not making 6,000 per. 5,000 per. That's probably a better average.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Welcome back from the ads. Yeah, Miso, I don't have WeHype. I actually used it on one of another streamer and I got a reward, and less than an hour later it wouldn't let me redeem it. So I decided that I wasn't going to do that. So yeah. Autonomous, thanks for the raid, buddy. Pi Opa, good to see ya. I gotta warn you, Autonomous. Boog's here. I want you guys fighting.
Docking permission requested.
Like a married couple.
Docking permission requested.
Bum, bum, bum. If you guys aren't following Autonomous, give him a follow. Yeah, the only one I got. It would not let me collect, and it was less than an hour later. I was pretty PO'd with it. Now, maybe I just had, maybe it was some weird problem, but yeah, it was kind of frustrating. Yeah, there's Booga. So Booga was actually over in Autonomous's as well. So yeah. So you guys were probably already fighting over there. There you go. Like a married couple. Like a married couple. But yes, if you're not following Autonomous, definitely give Autonomous a follow. Great Australian streamer. If you're really lucky, the people I brought might talk to you. I expect they're catatonic. Yeah. That's all right. I don't get much talking here anyway. They're just, I think most of them are just glad I'm back and I'm not dead. So, I've been sick the last couple days, so. For my birthday, yeah. Definitely a good way to make me feel older. Yeah, I might give it another try, Lego. Try to give it a second chance, but I can't remember who it was. I think it was Ghosty. I was watching his, and he had WeHype, and it sent me an email and said, "Hey, you eligible for this?" And I clicked on the link to redeem it. Said, "Sorry, you can't redeem it." And the email was less than an hour old, and I was like, "What the heck?" Sounds like you have birthdays just like mine. Yeah. Yeah, just another year. Thank God for another year, but definitely did not enjoy being sick on it. So the universe looks at me and says, having a special day. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, and then I love my wife dearly, but she is not the most sympathetic person in the world. So she loves me dearly as well, but and she took care of me, but she wasn't real thrilled about taking care of me. And I actually really didn't even whine. And normally I whine a lot. This time I didn't whine, and she still was grumpy. So I think I made her sick. So I think that's probably part of it. But that kind of goes without saying. Whoever's taking care of you is going to get sick. So. Raven Galactic.
Drive active.
Let's see if I can get back up to 6,000 per hour. So we're farming SoE LP, trying to get the Odysseus. WeHype owe me 4 skins. I can't get them to respond to emails. So that's mine. Is I got the email saying that I had one, and then as soon as I tried to collect it, it said, "Sorry, can't collect it." I'm like, so yeah, I was like, not putting up with this crap. And I definitely don't want my viewers to be frustrated like that. So yeah, so I do not have WeHype on my stream. So not until they get it fixed. I don't even use the emails. Yeah, and maybe it's the link in the emails. I don't know. Like I said, I did log in directly, and it told me the same thing. It showed me that I had it, but when I clicked on it, it was like, sorry, the time has passed that you can collect this. I'm like, how could the time have passed? I'm still watching Ghosty. And that was the thing. I was still watching them. So it was like, I just opened the WeHype website. It shows the gift box. Click the box, gives the code right there. Yeah. I claimed them, but never heard anything again. Tried customer service. They suck hard. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's just some people. Autonomous and I, the universe is out to get us. So also WeHype is only for Eve partners. So that's the other thing. I couldn't do WeHype anyway because I'm not an Eve partner. Thank you, Booga. I knew there was another reason. Thank you. Oh, I didn't think Ghosty was an Eve partner. I guess he is, because that's where I remember it was Ghosty string.
Warp drive active.
Did you get the email late? You only get 3 days to collect. Yeah, it was weird, because I hadn't watched Ghosty in a long time. And I was watching Ghosty. I got the email. I was still watching Ghosty. And I clicked on it, and yeah, it said, sorry, you can't collect this. So that's kind of what I thought too, was maybe it was late, but I was like, well, I haven't watched, and it said, you watch Ghosty stream, and now you're eligible. And I was like, yeah, I haven't watched Ghosty in weeks. So, yeah, it was really weird.
Warp drive active.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't be E partner either. They have way too many requirements. Yeah. But yeah, I was kind of like, my first ever redeem, and I'm like, really?
Warp drive active.
But I refresh my email search every 24 hours because the email was sent and you forget about it for 3 days. It's too late. Yeah, see, and that was the other thing. I know it wasn't 3 days, so. But yes, I've had that happen with the others. So.
Docking permission
The
requested.
time frame.
Docking request accepted.
Yeah. I got no emails at all in any folder. Yeah, that sucks. Alone tonight. Transport some scientists. Sandy Olson, good to see ya. Are you a streamer?
Warp drive active.
I do not have you on my streamer list. Yeah, I don't have you in there. Even when I search on you. There's one with 2 S's. Sandy Olson Gaming with 2 S's.
Warp drive active.
Surely you wouldn't have spelled it differently. Yeah, I don't think that's you. I'm in love again.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, when you guide the raid. Yeah, I'm doing Sisters of Eve. Trying to farm the LP so that I can get the Odysseus. So yeah, when you guide the raid, you say who you want me to raid, and it doesn't look like you're a streamer, but you put your name in there. So plus we won't be raiding for another, I don't know, at least another hour and a half.
Warp drive active.
Took out the trash, made a trip to the store, and checked the post office. There you go, Scimitar. I was talking to you earlier, talking about Kenshi. But it's all good. All good. All good. There it is. I was like, where is it? Yeah, Kenshi, I don't know. It's a little hard to get started. I think I'm gonna try I did the Wanderer, the normal one, and I think I've been playing 6 days in game, and I got money and I got a house and doing research, but yeah, it's weird. I was thinking about starting the Freedom Seekers because that gives you more characters. Which start do you recommend? Man, spend some time on the wiki. Yeah, I need to look at that. That's a good point. I've been watching YouTube videos, and honestly, they really haven't been that helpful. Oh, which is kind of frustrating. The one was like a brand new player one, and he only had 2 episodes, and then he stopped. And I'm like, of course, each one was like an hour long, and I was like, and realized that he stopped after 2 because I was like, damn it. But yeah, I will check out the wiki. I do the Wonder, the Man and His Dog, and the Slave Start. Yeah, somebody else said the Slave Start was pretty good on the Discord. Maybe we'll stream that one this week. Maybe on Friday or something. And I'll do I think the Freedom Seekers looks like the easiest. Gives you 5 people. But yeah, we'll see. Now that Eve doesn't have any major events going on. Blossom's logging into Eve. Or not Eve. Logging into Steam. She doesn't play Eve anymore. But yeah, I'll check out the wiki. That's what I'll do the next couple days. Maybe we'll do that on Friday. Thursday night for you guys. Or maybe we'll wait till next week. Give me some time to read through the wiki. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of YouTube streams, but I was like, YouTube videos, but they really haven't been that helpful. Excuse me. Man. I played it before and it got frustrating because I just kept getting beat up. But honestly, I think the last time I played it, it didn't have the other starts. It only had the Wanderer. So it's probably been a while. That's one thing. I buy a lot of those games on early access and play them and get my $10 out of them and then never play them again. So it's kind of nice now that I'm retired to be able to go back and revisit some of those.
Warp drive active.
I can't believe how easy it is to build the Skilla. Yeah, that one's bugging me. That's part of the game. Beat or get beaten. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that seems like that's part of the game. Seems like that's part of the game.
Warp drive active.
That's the other problem. When you only got one person, you have to end up laying there a while to recover. And that's kind of frustrating. Where it's nice, that's why I said it might be nice with the 5 people. Sorry, something in my eye.
Request accepted.
So that at least I could have somebody try and heal me up. No worries, Autonomous. Thanks again for the raid, buddy. Appreciate it. Please call Booga a bad name at least once an hour. Yeah. Only thing I can ever say bad about Booga is that hat. So, especially since he's been saying how hot it is there in Australia, and he's still wearing that hat. I'm like, man, that's got to really be painful. Because that's got to be a warm hat. It's got to be a warm hat. I can't pull that hat off here. Way too warm. Way too warm. When the timer is up, recovery coma is good. Dying is bad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what was happening. Recovery coma, that was my problem. Is I think one time I went into recovery coma, it gave me a bunch of toughness, which was good. But yeah, it took like 2 days, I think, for me to recover. And then the second time, it never went to recovery coma. I started bleeding to death eventually after 2 days. Luckily, I had a save. I went back to the save prior to me getting my butt beat. But yeah, that's where I was thinking, it might be better to at least have another person that could, heal me up. So that's why I was thinking maybe the Freedom Seekers. Plus, they start with a lot of building materials and kind of nice.
Drive active.
Booga, booga, booga. Booga, Autonomous really gives you a really hard time. Deep in the night.
Warp drive active.
On healing, always have med supplies on the ground. Healing is 1. On a sleeping bag, 4. And bed healing is 8. Yeah. That was my problem, is I got beat up trying to run back to the city because I was carrying ore. And I was like right at the entrance to the city. And people kept passing me, but nobody would heal me. But yeah, when you only have one person, it's kind of... Where if I had another person that could have healed me, then I could have got to a bed and that would have worked. Because with the other one, I did get to... after the recovery coma, I went and laid in a bed and I healed up really well. So, yeah, he hasn't grown out of the treat him mean to keep him keen thing. Actually, there's something to be said for that. Treat him mean to keep him keen. I haven't heard that one in a long time. Keeps you on your toes. Keeps you on your toes. Keeps you on your toes. All right, this one's actually taking us further into low sec, which I don't like, but we'll manage. If you join the Shinobi, if Annie is around, they will heal and fight by your side. Okay. So that's one I was thinking about. I think they want 10,000 to join them, but still kind of worth it. And that may be. So I'll probably play both. I have the individual one saved, so, but like I said, I'll probably start a Freedom Fighter one. Freedom Seeker one. And then I can kind of play around with the different races. I actually lucked out. Somebody right away killed some pack animals, and I was able to get a whole bunch of meat and cook it in the campfire, and that way I never had any food problems. So, but yeah.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, I was thinking about the Shinobi. I wasn't sure if it would cause me problems with other factions if I joined them. I didn't want to get in a fight with nobody or get jumped by somebody because I was allied with somebody else. I haven't left yet. Treat him mean is fine. I couldn't give a rat's about keeping anyone keen. Yeah, I was thinking that too, Autonomous. I'm not sure he's doing it for your benefit. I'm not sure he's doing it for your benefit. God bless him. God bless him. God bless him. Pyrotechnics, thanks for the stream streak. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Alright, let's get out of low sec. I am the only one in this system. Cool. That's the only low sec I like. Well, I'm the only one there. I'm the only one there. Yeah, see, we were talking bad about Autonomous. He's still here lurking. Still lurking. See, that's the other thing, though. Booga's complaining about the heat. Autonomous never complains about the heat. Never. They're both, maybe they're on opposite ends of Australia. I don't know, but.
Warp drive active.
You can't say anything about me my mom hasn't already said. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's my family. I have 8 brothers and sisters, and yeah, there's really nothing you could come up with that they haven't come up with. So yeah,
Warp drive active.
a family like that, who needs enemies? All right, we're back in high sec. Now I feel a little bit safer. Ironically, that was one of the lowest LP I got. We're going that far into low sec.
Warp drive active.
Her best effort was when I was 12 and she told me she should have drowned me at birth. Ouch. Ouch. I'm sure she didn't mean it. You were probably just being cantankerous, causing her grief. I know I caused my mom a lot of grief. My mom and my dad.
Warp drive active.
I was a button pusher. I went out of my way to try and get them riled up. Which never worked out well in my thing. Yeah, we talked about my dad and his belt on several occasions, and so yeah, it never worked out well for me. Never worked out well for me. He wore out more belts on my rear end than he ever wore out wearing pants. But in his defense, it turned out okay. So can't fault it. I'm not sure my kids are as well mannered. They never experienced the belt or George Jetson, yeah. They never experienced the belt. Yeah, to this day, anytime I hear somebody take their belt off, I hear the belt clearing belt loops. It's like, it's amazing. 40 plus years later, and it's like 50 years later, yeah. Almost 50, yeah. Probably, yeah, 40 plus. Yeah. My wife every once in a while wears a belt. For fashion, of course, not because she needs to hold up her pants. That's why I wear a belt.
Docking permission requested.
But yeah, she'll take off her belt and I'll panic like, oh.
Docking request accepted.
She's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's a longer story, sweetheart. That's a longer story. Now I'm old. I have to pay 180 per hour for the belt. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that cost extra. Yeah, that cost extra. Actually, 180 per hour is not bad. That must be an Australian rate. They charge way more than that in America. Actually, I could probably get it for free here in the Philippines, but they'd look at me strange, but they were like, okay. When the belt stopped working, the Roche Bush came out. See, I never had the Roche Bush. Thank God. And I never had to go cut my own switch. I had some of my friends, they'd have to go cut their own switch. And I'm like, yeah, that's a whole psychological thing, you know? Yeah, no. He just used the belt. He just used the belt. But yeah, that belt clearing belt loops. Take cover. Take cover. And like I said, it's funny because I haven't heard that sound, on a regular basis in 40 years at least. And it's still, like I said, every once in a while my wife she'll whip her belt out and yeah, panics the crap out of me. Like, it's amazing. Smells and sounds. I miss the old days. Yeah. When parents used to discipline their children. I mean, that was it. I mean, there was only one person I have ever feared in my entire life, and it was my 5'7" father. And he really didn't deserve that fear, but he got it. Mom wrote on the SWAT permission slip, if you hold him down, go to town. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, we used to get paddled to school. Yeah. And that never fazed me. Never fazed me. They used a wooden paddle. That was always a piece of cake. But yeah, then that was the one. I got paddled to school, never even shed a tear. Never even cracked a smile, Didn't affect me at all. And then the principal said, no, I'm going to call your dad. I'm like, oh, God, no, please don't call my father. We had a gun cabinet that sat right at the end of our dining room table. It's like, don't make me get in the gun cabinet. I was convinced until I was, probably in my 30s that my father had no problem shooting me and starting over. No worries, Autonomous. Thanks again for the raid. Now, Booga the Meanie. Booga the Meanie. You're the only one I've ever heard call Booga a meanie, to be perfectly honest. I think Booga's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. I'm sure that's just his online persona. That's probably not how he is in real life, but... Carry on.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Come on. Don't take all day to dock. Don't take all day to dock. Set. Start. Complete. That was worth 1,000. Oof. Good one. Good one. My brother and sister always messed up. I was the one at home when they were not around. Yeah. So you were the younger? Yeah, I was one of the older, so I was the one who kind of set the boundaries,
Warp drive active.
tested the boundaries, figured out exactly where the line was and crossed it, and they reaped the benefits, which I always tell them, you guys should be more thankful, you know. But yeah, not so much. My younger brother, who he got away with murder. Because by the time, yeah, it was like, I've already seen it with the rest of them. It doesn't faze me anymore. And the family whipping post. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it actually got to a point where when I was like 12 or 13, I was able to get out of arm's reach quick enough. When I hear the belt clear, I'd get out of arm's reach quick enough. So then he started throwing stuff at me. And I remember this one. And I'm not trying to speak horrible of my father who has passed, but I love him dearly. But he threw a lamp at me once. And of course he missed. And the lamp smashed into the wall, shattered everywhere, you know. But then I remembered for months after that, him blaming me because the lamp was broke. And I'm like, you're the one who threw the lamp. He said, yeah, but you're the one who made me angry enough to throw it. Really? Well, with that kind of logic, I could pretty much get away with anything. So, but yeah. I don't know that any of my other siblings ever got beat as much as me. In fact, I know they didn't.
Warp drive active.
I did a lot of stupid stuff, though. I mean, it's a wonder that I survived, to be perfectly honest. But luckily, I guess that's the thing. You do the stupid things, and if you survive them, then you learn from them, so...
Docking request accepted.
We are farming these pretty good. Another low sec. At least this one's worth some LP. Wow, 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 wow.
Warp drive active.
Where are we? Where are we? 47. So yeah, we're almost at 15 already. 15 would be 48. So we're actually ahead. So yeah, so the average is going up. Well, maybe we'll get back to 6,000. Maybe we can even push it to 7,000. Wouldn't that be awesome? Probably not. Especially since it's making us go this far into low sec. But yeah, the good old days when life was simple. When life was simple. How great it was to not have responsibilities. We do our best. We want to grow up so fast, and then once we grow up, all we want to do is go back to being young again. Youth is wasted on the young. Youth is wasted on the young.
Warp drive active.
Youth is wasted on the young. Actually, let me pose that to you guys. So one of the things I've been wanting to get my granddaughter is a Visa gift card. And I used to get them from my bank. But my bank doesn't sell them anymore.
Warp drive active.
So do you guys ever do the Visa gift cards, the prepaid Visa gift cards? And if so, where do you get them from? They're kind of nice because it kind of teaches kind of credit cards skills, credit card responsibility, that kind of stuff. Plus it's prepaid, so they can't go overboard. Tech Priest, you can get them at Walmart. Yeah, see, I'm in the Philippines, so there's no Walmart here. So I definitely need an online retailer. But thanks, Tech Priest, or most grocery stores, yeah. Yeah, I'm in the Philippines, so they don't have them here. But my granddaughter is in America, so I will have to probably have it shipped to her. But yeah, I was looking for an online retailer if you guys had one that you trusted.
Warp drive active.
Same 5 people in that system every time I go through it. But yeah, thank Tex Priest. I retired from America back in April and moved to the Philippines permanently. So yeah, added a different twist to it. So unfortunately, my kids and my granddaughter are still in America. Unfortunately, fortunately for them. Walmart's just use a Walmart near her and have it delivered. Okay, I could try that. Thanks, Lily Bits. I didn't think about that, but yeah, I guess I could order it from a Walmart and have it delivered. I didn't realize Walmart sold them. I guess it makes sense. I know they had that spindle thing right by the cash register that had all kinds of cards on it for every retailer you could think of. So yeah, thanks Tech Priest, thanks Lily Bits. I'll give that a try.
Accepted.
I'll have to check and see if she's got a Walmart near her. I'm sure she does. Everybody's got a Walmart near them except me. So if you're in America, you got a Walmart near you. That's a given. That's a given. That's a given. But yeah, thanks for that, Lily. And Tech Priest, appreciate it. Appreciate the input.
Warp drive.
I didn't even consider Walmart, and I should have. Unfortunately, nowadays, it's hard to trust anything online. I was watching some documentary yesterday about people who had, actually, it was in Australia, Booga. A woman opened a bank account, so her and her husband had saved a bunch of money. They moved from Perth to Melbourne, and she went ahead with the kids. I think they had 3 kids. She went ahead to Melbourne with the 3 kids. The husband was driving I guess their belongings, and ended up getting in a car accident on the way to Melbourne and died. And so of course she had life insurance. She got the life insurance. Well, she went online and found a website for a bank, I guess in Australia, and opened an account with the bank and deposited like $700,000 to the bank. And turns out it was a scam, and they took her whole $700,000.
Warp drive active.
and the bank wouldn't help her. Her original bank wouldn't help her because she initiated the transfer to the other bank. And so, yeah, it was kind of daunting. And I mean, she did all kinds of stuff. I mean, she looked up the guy's name she was talking to online, which was a real person. Of course, the guy she was talking to was not the real person, and he worked for the bank. So they had created this profile that matched the guy who worked for the bank. And but yeah, that's kind of what I thought was, and that's what my wife said. Why wouldn't you go in the bank? And I'm like, well, her husband just died. She's got 3 kids. Maybe she can't get to the bank. I don't know. But like, yeah, I'm with you, Scimitar. Like, especially opening an account. But there's a lot of account opening that's done online now. And I'm like, I used to work for a bank. And I'm like, we would never allow an account to be opened with us online. And it's funny because now they're actually discussing that. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? I mean, that's ripe with fraud. So, but yeah. But yeah, she lost 700,000. And I'm like, man, that's of course in her, And then, yeah, the other thing, she only deposited part of it. And then she waited a week and deposited another part of it. She did it. But then the third week, she did it like every day she deposited. I'm like, why'd you do that? And she said, well, they were rushing me because for me to get the special interest rate and this, that, and the other. I'm like, yeah, anytime they're rushing you, that should be a sign. At least if you, pulled out then, at least you wouldn't have lost everything. But yeah, lost all of her husband's life insurance and all of their savings. And it's like, the report said that the scam industry now is actually making more money than the drug industry in America, the illegal drug industry in America. Which if that's the case, that's horrible. Nothing ever bad happens on the internet. Yeah, I think nothing ever good happens on the internet is where I would go with that one. But then again, I'm on the internet right now, so But then again, proof. Right, that seems to prove my point. But yeah, never open an account online.
Thank you.
That's just crazy. So Rebel, thanks for the follow. Rebel X.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Appreciate ya. Boom. 12 minutes left. Where are we at? Let's see if we can squeeze one more. I'm going to try and get my hourly $8.95. See if I can get my hourly LP rate up. Hourly LP rate up.
Warp drive active.
We're at 48, so that is 15,000 so far. That's 5,000 an hour. We got 12 minutes left. 12 minutes left. So, see if we can squeeze another. We would need another 3,000 to make it 6,000, so probably not going to happen. Boom, boom. But yeah, I was like, damn, that hurts. But yeah, kind of like you guys said, is never open an account online. Never. And even if you do open it online, go into the branch to do your initial deposit. Because once you go into the branch, they're going to say, sorry, that account number doesn't exist. And you're going to be like, okay, thank God I didn't deposit anything to it. At least, at least for the first one. But yeah, like I said, she had looked up the guy on LinkedIn that she was talking to, and it was a real guy who actually worked for the bank. And I was like, and of course, yeah, neither her bank, her original bank, or the new bank would help her. Because her bank said, hey, you initiated these transfers, so, you know, there's nothing we could do. And then, of course, the other bank said, you don't have an account with us. So, and I was just like, man, that's got to suck. But yeah, there were, and that's what I said to my wife. My wife's like, you got to watch this. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not that stupid. But there is a new one. They said that I guess they're doing a lot of phishing to try and steal from people's 401k. And so, yeah, that was one I was like, clearly the scammers did their research. Yeah, they're getting super sophisticated. And that's the problem is, you know, what do they say? The better the lock, the better the thief gets at picking it. So, yeah, kind of the same thing with the scammers. It's like,
Docking permission requested.
and it's a big business. But that's where I'm like, how can you do that for a living and not find it moral reprehensible? You know, stealing from your fellow man. I don't get that one. That's one I've never been able to wrap my head around. It's kind of like the begging. I understand being homeless. I've been close to being homeless a couple times myself. But I've never thought, you know what? I just want to go and beg off of people on the street, and I could never bring myself to do that. And nothing against those that have to. There's some people that are in that situation and they need a leg up, and I try to do my best to help with that for those. But that is what every big corporation and a million billionaire does. Yeah, exactly. That's true too. Steals from their fellow man. Yeah, we had a nickel for every CEO that fleeced his employees retirement account. Yeah, that's that golden parachute crap. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. If you're a crappy CEO, you should get fired just like a regular crappy employee does. Golden parachute my ass. Pardon my French, but yeah, that's ridiculous. I gotta pay you to get rid of you when you're stealing from the company? No. I'll prosecute you to get the darn money back. But yeah. And you know, I'm a fan of my CEO for my old company, but he did the same thing. I mean, he made $35 million a year, and he was a banker. He's not a brain surgeon. He's not, he's not saving lives. I didn't make anywhere near 35 million in my career. I didn't make 35 million in the 25 years I worked for him added together. And that's the other one is how do you spend 35 million a year? I mean, how do you even spend that? Let me make a call to the Brotherhood, have this cleared up 48 hours. There you go. Yeah. Like, and I think he was probably better than average. But yeah, it's still kind of like, how do you justify $35 million a year? I mean, there are brain surgeons that don't make 35 million a year, and they're saving lives. Now, with that said, I made a good living. I didn't make 35 million a year, but I made a good living, and hard for me to justify it as a banker because it's like I wasn't saving lives, but I made a good living. I was able to support 2 wives at different times, raise 2 kids, and retire at 57. So yeah, I did well. Probably much better than most as a banker. I wasn't saving lives. Japan had a rule years and years ago. I was under or over six figures. Yeah, there you go. I think when you add all mine together, I'm still below. But yeah, Japan had a rule years and years ago that the CEO, the highest paid employee, could not make more than I think 100 times the lowest paid employee. So the janitor, which usually I think is probably the lowest paid employee, I guess you could contract those people so they're not really an employee and fudge that. But even then, the lowest paid employee, you can only make 100 times what they make, and I think that's a good rule. I mean, because are you really doing 100 times more? I mean, honestly, the CEO of our bank, I don't think he did the same amount of work I did. Now, granted, it's a family business, so he inherited from his father who did all the work. But you hit that tax bracket, it hurts on the pocket. Yeah, exactly. That was where ours was. I made six figures. I don't know, in my later years. But then when you added in my wife's salary, it threw us into another tax bracket, which was kind of bad. But yeah, I made a good living. Made a very good living. Able to retire early. Oh yeah, I can't complain. And I wasn't saving lives, so 35 million a year. Gosh. And his was publicized. That was the other thing, is all the CEOs, their salaries are publicized. They're public. It's a publicly traded company. The CEO's salary is public knowledge, and I'm thinking, so you don't have a problem with people knowing that you make that much? Now, as it was, he was probably one of the lower paid CEOs for middle banking tiers, but which maybe that made him feel a little bit better. But when you get to that next tax bracket, you can afford to pay people to use loopholes. Yeah, well, and that's the other thing is, once you get to that next tax bracket, then you just get a better accountant, because there's always a loophole. There's always a loophole. Those tax laws, my goodness. And that's a whole business in itself, because they change so much every year. It's like, and I have an accountant that does our taxes, so I can't complain there. Six figures doesn't go as far as it used to nowadays. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That is true.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
That is true. Always the same 5 people here. Are they all in this station? Maybe that's where they're at. No, 2 of them are here. No, me and one other. Bum, bum, bum. Where are we at? 1 minute, 58 seconds. All right, so that's going to be probably our time. I don't think I'm going to get it, but let's see. Oh, I didn't check it when I just got it. 50. So we're at 33, so that's 17,000. Yeah. Divided by 3 hours. Not quite 6. Not quite 6. If we got another one in, we might get 6. So yeah, we got another hour, so we'll see if we can bring it back up. The day I got shoved into that locomotive, I knew what I was doing for the rest of my life. There you go. Yeah, I think mine was kind of the same. I didn't know that it would always be in banking, but I knew that I was going to be, yeah. I enjoyed my job. I really did. It had its moments, and I don't completely miss it. But yeah, I enjoyed my job. My job was a support programmer, and so which is what I did for the majority of the 25 years. And yeah, I was really good at it. I'm out early tonight. Got the parts in the cooker. Gonna try and get some sleep. Thanks for the stream. No problem, Lego. Hopefully my soothing voice minus the coughs will lure you to sleep. So have a good night of sleep, buddy. Thanks for being here. Thanks again for all the comments on the lot streams, the lot videos. You and Scimitar, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Nobody else will comment. I don't know why. They actually send me messages on Facebook to say, "Hey, I watched your stream." I said, "Send me a message on it. Send me a message on it. That way I'll know." Yeah. Lead a horse to water. A little coconut rum coffee will help. Yeah. That we talked about that. That Kahlua. I can't find Kahlua here, but coconut rum. I think my nephew had that at Christmas. I think he had coconut rum. So they might have that here. I think they might actually make some of it here. So I may have to try that. I gotta try something. I don't know. The best thing that's helped so far is pouring that hydrogen peroxide in my ear. Maybe I need to pour the coconut rum in my ear and see if that does the trick. There's the ads. There's the ads. Wrong hole. Yeah. 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 I'm less likely to get in trouble by pouring it in that hole. Yeah. The wife. God bless her. Archie. Archie went out with the after payday. Archie went out with the guys in the barangay and I guess went out drinking with them. And oh my goodness, she read him the riot act. I'm like, you're not even his wife. You're his younger sister, for crying out loud. Give the guy a break. And of course, she did. She waited till he was having a hangover to do it, which I thought that's really not fair. Already kind of painful. So yeah, no reason to rub it in. But yeah, she ain't an idiot. She ain't an idiot. Eye of the tiger. Last hour, last hour. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me today for my first stream back. Try and get my space legs back under me.
Warp drive active.
Oh, man. Back is itching.
Warp drive active.
Wonder if that Or anomaly still in Billy. It is. Maybe I'll send Kragan over there to see what it is.
Warp drive active.
At least if it's Amber or something, I'll be able to sell it. Good God, where's great? Ooh, where am I? I'm at the wrong one. Ah. Select all. Cool.
Warp drive active.
I just got to make sure to pay attention to Falstaff so I don't forget about them. I don't want to ruin the... We've worked up to almost 6,000 per hour LP, so I don't want to ruin that because I'm not paying attention.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Welcome back from the ads. Appreciate you guys. That's over 1,000. Cool beans. All right.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
All right. So let's select all. Take out the snowballs. Put this in the item hanger. Once he gets back here, we'll swap all this stuff over to him. But let's switch ships. Now on my luck, it's probably a Mordinium belt. Actually, it may show me what it is.
Active.
Small Kernite and Amber deposit. It's been there a while. Oh, that's in Euphene. Yeah. The other one is a Mordinium. Yep. So there's actually one in Euphene. I'll be damned. Well, that's even easier. Bum, 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 bum.
Warp drive active.
Let's see how many people are here. I'm also heading to bed. I have to get up early. Good night. No problem, Zerbaden. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Hey, we got our mining event tomorrow, so we'll see you then. Must I always be alone?
Warp drive active.
I gotta switch out the crystals. Crap. I can never remember which crystals it is. I think it's these. There's 3 people here. How many asteroids are left? Not many. Not many. Every little thing she does. No, wrong one. I bet you it's coherent. Oh. Gotta put in the right crystal. Cool. My effective standing is not going up. Maybe it's at the max. Maybe it's at the max. Maybe it's at the max.
Warp drive
Oh,
active.
good song. Bum, bum.
Warp drive active.
On a dark desert highway, cold wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up from the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My hunger heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway, heard the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. And she lit up a candle and she showed me the way. Corridor, thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. And a room at the Hotel California. Any time of year. Yeah, unfortunately, I got there just in time for the belt to be depleted. She calls men. They dance in the courtyard. Sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember. Ah, the Eve song. You can uninstall, but you can never stop playing. There you go.
Warp drive active.
I haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far away. I never heard the Eve song to this one. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Makes sense.
Warp drive active.
For your alibi, mirrors on the ceiling, pink champagne on ice. We are all just prisoners here of our own device. In the master's chambers, they gathered for the feast. Stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Last thing I remember, I was running for the door.
Warp drive active.
I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. I don't think it's a real song, just a likeness. Everyone always comes back. Yeah. That would make a good one, though. But you can never leave. Bow, 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 wow, 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 wow,
Request
wow.
accepted.
Bow, 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 bow. Dun, 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 dun. Wom, 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 wom. Oop. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Warp drive active.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. All right, last asteroid. Last asteroid. Let's see how much I can squeeze out of it. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Warp drive active.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Warp drive active.
All right, that's the end of that. Yeah, yeah, that's a Mordinium. I don't want that. 6 jumps. We got a little bit. Not worth it.
Warp drive
I'm curious. Did it
active.
get enough for? Oh no, there wasn't one. Seems I'm stuck on an asteroid, which is funny because the belt's empty. How can you be stuck on an asteroid when the belt's empty?
Warp drive active.
Itch, itch, itch. Yeah. Why am I not establishing a warp vector? Alright, let's try something different. there is a big old rock here. The big old rock that is not a mineable asteroid. I tell you, some days.
Warp drive active.
Alright, now we should be able to do it. There we go. Which is my answer to answer my prayer. Oh.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Is this love that I'm feeling? Alright, Kraken stocked again.
Warp drive active.
Bum, 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 bum. Actually, I need to check those. Yeah, that won't work. He doesn't have them. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Huey Lewis in the news. Power of love.
Warp drive active.
Alright, Kragen's back. Make a one-man week, make another man sing. More than a feeling, that's the power of love. Stronger than Harlem, make a bad girl's dream. Make a bad one good, oh, make 'em all right. We'll keep you home at night. Yeah, so we're at 3:30. Stream time wise. So we got about 35-40 minutes left.
Active.
We're gonna keep doing these missions, see if we can up our ante. Bump, 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 bump. The last couple have been kind of high. Say that all in love is fair. Yeah, but you don't care.
Warp drive active.
Where are we at? 53, so that's 20. So 20,000 in 3.5 hours. We get 24. We'll get 6,000. All right. We need 4,000 more. Wow, wow, wow. I can do 4. Got almost 1,000 each. I might be able to do it.
Warp drive active.
Wow, 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 wow. Don't take money. Don't take fame. Don't need no credit card. Ride this train.
Request accepted.
Stronger than steel. You won't be elected. Has been. Feel the power. Just feel the power of love. Touch the power. Touch the power of love. 904. Feel the power of love. Hollow reels. Gotta get the movies. Gotta get the movies to where they're needed. Time to make the donuts. Time to make the donuts.
Warp drive active.
I wonder if I take these off and put some stabilizers on there, if I could actually lower the time, the alignment time on this thing. Not that it's already not nice, but could make a little bit more difference. 5.23 seconds. Oop. What did I close? Well, this ain't.
Warp drive active.
There's not much time left today. Life is a highway. Uber refiner.
Warp drive active.
Not a lonely man. One day. Oof, that sucks. I better check mine. I have stuff that's expiring today, yeah.
Warp drive active.
The booster. Sancha Nation energy turret. Yeah, doesn't do me no good. Looking in your eyes. Oh, what was I looking at? Yeah, nobody's even touching those Mordinium deposits. I don't know why they put them in the game.
Docking
Complete
permission
waste.
requested. Docking request accepted.
Complete waste. Life is a highway. $53. No, didn't get to 54. All night long.
Warp drive active.
This one used to be, used to have Empire belts. I haven't seen an Empire belt in forever.
Warp drive active.
I choose you, market and industry. So yeah, I plan to go over to the lot today, get some more video over there, see what's going on. They should be getting pretty close to pouring the floors. Like I said, hopefully, hopefully the cement mixer will be there tomorrow. The new cement mixer. Because that'll make a huge difference for pouring the floors. Especially with our lower number of employees, workers.
Warp drive active.
$29 minutes. 29 minutes. I'm gonna need at least 4 more. At least 4 more. At least 4 more.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I'll try to give you guys a shout out. Lego, Scimitar. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you always commenting on the videos.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Actually, Lego went to bed. Yeah, that's a far one. Believe me when I say 6 jumps.
Warp drive active.
Oh, what else? What else? Glad to be back among the living. A little cloudy here in the Philippines still. Doesn't seem to have gotten the memo that it's no longer rainy season. But my wife said that January and February are usually the coldest months here in the Philippines. Which it has been cooler. I thought that the summer months started back up again, but it seems like there are 3 seasons. There's the rainy season, the cloudy and semi-cool season. I mean, we're talking 80 to 90s. And the hotter than the surface of the sun season. So yeah.
Warp drive active.
But that's okay. I'm here to stay. I do need to figure out what I'm going to do about my my visa. So I have a year-long visa since I'm married to a Filipina, and it's going to run out here in April. So we will probably just take a weekend and go somewhere. I've been trying to get her to do like a cruise. But honestly, that's going to be right around when the house is supposed to be getting finished. So, yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe we'll do it in March. That way we could get it renewed prior to the critical time for the house. And according to engineer, he is ahead of schedule. So, or they are ahead of schedule. So, which is great. Can you apply for residency? So, yes, I am in the process of doing that. Unfortunately, our marriage certificate, which was filed nearly 20 years ago, has a problem. And they've told me that it's going to take anywhere from 8 months to 2 years to fix that problem. And I cannot apply for permanent residency until that problem is resolved, since my wife is sponsoring me for residency, since she's the dual citizen. But when we filed my marriage certificate, the Filipinos decided to just go ahead and change my name per the Filipino standard. In the Philippines, they don't have middle names. So their mother's maiden name is their middle name. So what they did is they changed my middle name to my mother's maiden name and made that the official marriage certificate for the Philippines, which is not my name. So of course it doesn't match my passport. So when we tried to apply for my permanent residency, they said, sorry, these don't match. And we have been working on trying to get that fixed now for forever. So, and the last update I got from the embassy in Chicago in America, who filed our original marriage certificate, was that it could take anywhere from 8 months to 2 years for them to correct the marriage certificate. It will get corrected. It just won't get corrected quickly. And all the paperwork has been filed. You know, we're where we are, but now we got another one. I didn't realize that. But yeah. So yeah, we have already tried that, unfortunately. The red tape here in the Philippines is... And it was their screw up. So, I'm definitely not the first American to marry a Filipina and move here and try to live here permanently. So, but yeah, it's funny because they're in no hurry to fix it. But yeah, that's my plan. That was our original plan. She was going to sponsor me for permanent residency, so I didn't have to renew my visa. But it's been a catch. So yeah. So yeah. But yeah, that will eventually get done. But you know, they say 8 months to 2 years. I'm counting on probably the 2 year part. Because nothing here goes quickly. Nobody's in any kind of hurry for anything. So it is one of the nice things about the country, because nobody gets excited about anything. They're pretty laid back. But when you need something taken care of, it does cause a problem. So which means that I'll have to do something at least for probably the next 2 years. So in April I'll have to do something, if not before. And honestly, the easiest way to handle it is for us to leave the country and come back. As long as we come back together, I'll get another year visa without doing anything, just because I entered the country with her. And that's honestly the easiest way to do it. So they are really good about that, at least. But yeah, it's kind of a pain. So we'll probably fly to Singapore or Vietnam or Taiwan or someplace. She has a sister in Japan. Maybe we'll go visit her sister in Japan for a weekend or something. And yeah, so That's probably the easiest way to take care of it.
Warp drive active.
If I go to the Manila Embassy, which is the other way to take care of it, that we've talked about that before. They don't allow you in unless you have shoes on, which I haven't worn shoes since I've been here 9 months. They don't allow you in unless you have pants on, which I think the only time I've worn pants is to church. And actually, I think I wore shoes to church too. So yeah, so that's probably the only time I've worn shoes or pants was to church. And so yeah, their requirements in order to even get in the door are a little exorbitant. And there's no guarantee that they would give me another year-long visa. They might make me go back to month, which is what I did for all my previous visits. We only ever stayed more than a month, so it wasn't a big deal. But now that we're here permanently, month to month is not going to work for me. It's 2.5 hours in Manila. And then it's an all-day affair where you sit there and wait all day to get a stamp. It's only good for 30 days. So yeah. So like I said, it's probably just the easiest is for us to travel somewhere and come back together.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
But yeah, the long-term plan is for permanent residency. It's just, it was a short-term plan, but now because of the problems with our, marriage certificate, it's become a long-term plan, which, frankly, just hacks me off because it's not my problem. We didn't do anything wrong. They screwed up. And unfortunately, too bad, so sad. So yeah. Took us forever to get the paperwork, to be able to officially submit the paperwork to show them what they had done wrong and get them to fix it. Now, of course, it's just sitting and waiting. I don't know why it takes 8 months to 2 years to fix my name. It's really not brain surgery. But we'll see. It's actually been, it's probably been 3 or 4 months, maybe 3 months since we finally filed the paperwork, because it took us almost 4 months to get the paperwork completed because they wouldn't let us complete the paperwork because of various requirements, which was just ridiculous as well.
Drive active.
And then once we finally got that taken care of, now it's just sitting with their Filipino information board, waiting for, I guess, it to come up in the queue and get taken care of. So, but yeah. But I'm sure it'll get fixed. It's just kind of a pain.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, that's the plan. That was actually the plan in the first year, was for us to submit it. They say it takes over a year for your permanent residency to be approved. But once it's submitted, you're considered, interim permanent resident. But yeah, we can't even submit it now until this marriage certificate gets fixed. Which, honestly, neither one of us noticed on our Filipino marriage certificate. I did not notice that they had changed my name. which I have no idea why they changed my name, other than the fact that, you know, it followed the Filipino standard, but it's pretty obvious I'm not a Filipino. From the marriage certificate, from the supporting documentation, from everything. So why they treated me as a Filipino, I don't know. And why, of course, it's now taken forever to fix. But like, my point was, surely this isn't the first time this has happened. But they didn't seem to care. So, which they probably don't, to be honest. Not something they would care about. But yeah, it is kind of frustrating.
Warp drive active.
I'm curious what this one wants. Yeah. Maybe she'll take the Kernite.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, that's that. Alright, we've got about, looks like about 13 minutes until the ads. We could try and get out of here before the ads. Let me see who's out here. Sorry about the coughing. Anarchos is doing Star Citizen, so CCP's out there. Blitz is out there. I haven't rated Blitz in a while. He's only got 6 viewers. 6 whole viewers. Really? How long's he been on? Yeah, let's raid Blitz. Let's raid Blitz. Let's raid Blitz. I'm going to try and squeeze in at least 2 more. 2 more. 55. So that's 22. I need 2 more thousand. So I'm going to try and squeeze in 2 more. 2 more missions before.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested.
Come on.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Ah, crap. Another low sec. And only 600. God damn it. That ruined my average right there. That ruined my average right there. That ruined my average right there. Yeah, war preparation. Kernite. There's Kernite. So we could drop the Kernite off to her. We'll take care of her. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to get to. Damn it.
Warp drive active.
Especially since this is also through low sec.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Oh yeah, we'll have to see. I don't think I'm going to make the average, but that's all right. More jumps than I've had on any other mission. More jumps than I have.
Active.
More jumps than I've had on any other mission, but less points, which is ridiculous. They say it's random, but it should still at least match the number of jumps, for crying out loud.
Warp drive active. Warp drive.
So yeah, I got here in 2 minutes, so I could probably get back into. But actually, let's see if we can get rid of you guys before the ads, so you don't have to deal with the ads. So thanks for watching. I'm going to complete this last mission and head home. Our mining event is tomorrow, so definitely catch us tomorrow. Welcome to join us. Everyone's welcome. Appreciate you guys. I am going to go ahead and raid out to Blitz. Did I spell it right? Yeah. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks again for being here. Appreciate you guys being here, hanging out with me. Sorry for missing a couple days of streams. Wing Dog, good to see you. Pyopa, good to see you. You guys take care. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for the mining event. Kimon, good to see you. Dragon Horde, good morning. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I'm doing a lot better. Doing a lot better. Not at 100% yet, but I'm doing a lot better. But yeah, good to see you, Dragon Horde. We will be doing our mining event tomorrow. So yeah, so guys, make sure to show up for that. Same time, same bat channel. And we'll get that taken care of. But yeah, we're getting ready to raid out to Blitz. So you guys have a good one. And I will see you tomorrow. Thanks again. Appreciate it. Take care.